Hey guys, Aaron Paoletta here, founder of LaVega Cigars, and today I want to go over some accessories for the cigar enthusiast. And I have many cutters and lighters from a variety of different brands, but the brand that I want to go over today, who by the way I'm not endorsed or sponsored by, this brand to me is what the ultimate luxury and quality is. Today we're going to be going over St. Dupont. So there's plenty of brands out there, Colibri, Zycar, that does phenomenal accessories, cutters, lighters, hell, even butanes. The brand that I have chosen to invest my money in, it's quality to the highest order. It is luxury, and my opinion, not as a brand owner, but my opinion as a cigar enthusiast is, if you're going to take the time to sit down and smoke a cigar and enjoy the fellowship that comes with that, why not cut it and light it with the best? And again, personal opinion, you know, everybody has their particular brand that they enjoy. My particular brand is St. Dupont, and I got into Dupont a few years ago and have been slowly building ever since, because let's face it, Dupont is not a cheap product financially speaking, and it's not for everybody. But my first Dupont actually was a cutter, which I'm going to go over today. So there's a variety of different cutters that they offer. I love the action on their cutters. They're guillotines, where it's just the guillotine. You can open and close both sides. There's a little spring action inside. But they ended up coming out with a dual version, which is a V cutter and a guillotine cutter all in one. And again, the action is something that I just absolutely love. I love that spring that they have on the inside. So this particular one was actually the first one that I had purchased, my silver one. And I'm more of a V cut guy myself. If it's a larger ring gauge, I like to do the crown cut, which is 2 Vs. But when it comes to my torpedoes or even a Robusto, sometimes depending on the gauge, like 48, you know, anything under 50 gauge, I like to go with the guillotine, because I don't like how the V actually cuts into the head of the cigar, and it just doesn't feel right. So there is, you know, different cuts for different times, and that really just comes down to what you prefer. So this silver one was actually my first one, and then I was down in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I ended up finding this torch, this Slim Jet torch, which I'm not sure if they actually make anymore. Now, mind you, it didn't come with all this. I actually had these custom engraved, but I absolutely love the pattern on this. But when you fire this up, it comes out what I feel is the perfect width for a Toro size cigar or less. And that's what I absolutely love about these Slim Jets. The problem is I was going through so much butane because it took so much to actually light it. So this was actually my first Dupont torch. And then I realized once I bought this, because I like to color coordinate things, once I bought this, I'm like, well, I guess I need a different cutter now, personal preference. So I ended up getting the same exact cutter that I had in silver, but I got it in blue and silver, so it would actually go with this particular torch that I ended up finding. But in doing so, I found that it's not a bad thing to have a couple of different cutters. So I ended up investing in a pair of these really nice scissors as well, which, by the way, you need some technique to be able to use these, because you can tear a wrapper real fast. I did have another torch like this Slim Jet, which was a gold torch, which I purchased over at the Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. So if you're ever in the area of Warren, Ohio, go to the Grand Resort, talk to Jovan or Dylan. They are phenomenal. They are very knowledgeable when it comes to cigars and cigars accessories, and they carry DuPonts. This particular Slim Jet I bought in Charlotte, but all of my other Dupont accessories came from the Grand Resort, with the exception of one, and I will get to that one here in a second. So the next torch I got is this one. This is the newest one that had come out. This was released at PCA of 2023, and Jovan actually FaceTimed me and was showing me all these new lighters and things that they were coming out with, and this one reminded me of the Legrand dual flame and torch, and this is a 5-jet, and I do enjoy it because it actually comes up and goes to a point, but I found that when you're trying to light a smaller gauge cigar, this completely engulfs the foot of the cigar, and it makes it extremely difficult to light without burning over the edges on it. And that's just something that I don't like to do, because lighting it is a peaceful ritual for me. So I didn't want to ruin my cigar. So you end up having to carry multiple lighters with you in order to get what you were looking for. That is until I started researching the Legrand, which I will get to in a second. So the next lighter that I actually want to come and talk about is this particular lighter. This is a Dupont Line 2, which is a dual flame. Now I have it turned down to where it just one fat flame, but this is actually a dual flame, and this one has a bit of a history. I was down in Tampa doing an interview with Drew Newman, and this belonged to his grandfather Stanford Newman, which I've aptly named the Stanford, and I was able to purchase it. And he, during the episode, he actually, I showed him that I purchased it and it was going to be leaving. Said, oh yeah, that was my grandfather's lighter. So really, this is a huge piece of DuPont history, and actually history in the cigar industry itself, because a cigar kingpin such as Stanford Newman actually owned this particular lighter. So the one that I'm going to get to now is my newest addition to my DuPont lineup, and this particular lighter I have been eyeing out for the past 2 years, and it's a heavy financial commitment to get into this, but it is in fact the Legrand Sunburst Palladium. And I have to say that from the first time that I saw it, I fell in love with it. The color scheme, the dual flame, you press the igniter up and it turns into a torch. I mean, everything about it I absolutely love, and this is the lighter that I am referring to. This thing, I just picked this up last week. Jovan ordered this for me. This comes in at about $1,800 or $1,900, depending on where exactly you're purchasing this from. But you see the dual flame, which I can have turned up. But the action that I love the most is when you can turn that into a torch. And someone like myself who absolutely loves the single torch, because I feel that I can control the toasting of the cigar better, this was 100% worth the money to me. Now there actually is a difference here in size from the Legrand and the Line 2, but they all fit in my case. This one is extremely heavy compared to this one, but what I love the most is this is dual purpose. It has the dual soft flame and the torch all in one, and just the way that it lights, the way you can toast the foot of the cigar, for my personal opinion, you can't go wrong. If you were going to invest in any lighter combination, I would recommend highly going with the Legrand, the ST Dupont Legrand. They sell it in a variety of lacquers and finishes, and it's craftsmanship at its finest. And that's what I was saying, when you get into ST Dupont, it's luxury. Yes, it's expensive, but it's high quality, and it's something you're going to have for a lifetime. So next time you go to light a cut and light your cigars, just think of the different accessories that are out there for you to use. And I mean, everybody has their brand that they prefer. Mine now is DuPont, but go to their website, check out everything that they have. If you're in Warren, Ohio, go talk with Jovan or Dylan. They can help you with your DuPont needs as well. And I will add one more thing before I end this. So when you get into the DuPonts, I can't remember if it's on everything, but specifically on the Legrand, they recommend highly that you use the ST Dupont butane, which is for this. And I'm gonna say, because I've used a lot of butane in my cigar career, I will say that this particular butane in some of my other lighters didn't really work very well. And even in the Slim Jet, I almost had to turn this thing up all the way just to get this fuel to work properly. But in the Legrand, it works perfectly, and it lasts quite a while as well. I have yet to try it in the Line 2, but in the Legrand, it is absolutely phenomenal. Bit pricey, but it is a great fuel to have, specifically if you're using Dupont products. I thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy your smokes, guys.